through the door until you lead something on the page. We all get stuck. I'll answer this very briefly because I have on my webpage in the facts section everything I know about how to break through up there. And so there's a lot of material there. But some of the things I try changing the voice in which you tell the story. If you're doing it from first person, I said, I did. Try third person, she said, he did. If you're trying it from third person, try switching to first. Or if you're very daring, which I am not, try it in second person. If you're doing it as a poem or as a screenplay, try storyboarding it. Try it as a magazine article far in the future of your events that are taking place. If you're doing it from one person's point of view, try it from another person's point of view. Anybody, most of you probably know from your own experience that the way two people see the same event is differently. One person will say, well, I went in there and I saw her there and she just looked right away from me. She didn't even say hi, she just blew me off. And the other person says she was trying to turn around to get and pull your arm, but you walked by her and started talking to that other guy. Two people see the same event differently. So try having another person, switching to another person's point of view. Introduce a new character. And for me, a new character can be an animal or a baby. People react differently to someone new. If you have two friends and you introduce a new girl or guy, that can mess things up thoroughly, or it can drive the two friends together.
Or have a dwarf come through the door with a knife in its hand.
Raymond Chandler of fantasy, ladies. Raymond Chandler, the detective writer, used to say, if you're stuck, have a guy come through the door shooting.
With a gun in his hand.
Yes.
Not shooting.
I've read different versions. Have something happen. There's a flood. The power goes out. Grandma has a heart attack. The car breaks down. People change in an emergency. You can go through 30 years of peace and quiet and not know someone the way you will know them in a crisis. You will see people turn into somebody completely different. And there are a whole bunch of other things I recommend, and then the very last thing is sometimes you just run out of story. And you need to give yourself permission to put it aside and go on to something new. It doesn't mean you've wasted your time. It doesn't mean you're a loser. You've tried everything I recommend in that huge lot of stuff. And you've just run out of idea. Don't throw it out. Don't erase it. Because you might be able to come back a week later and say, oh, I know where I went wrong. Or you may be able to come back a year later and say, I can use this character here. It's never wasted. But nobody ever told me that it was okay. That it didn't mean you were a loser if you just said, I can't take this anywhere else. It's time to start something else.